Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, November 29th, 2013. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm actually remote, so I'm doing this video in a different fashion than I usually do, and hopefully it's okay. So let's get started with the news. First thing we got to discuss is there may have been some type of Thanksgiving Day or post-Thanksgiving Day holiday Google search update. Typically we see this where people are complaining that their traffic is down. Or there's some problems with that, but there are people actually complaining about rankings specifically being up or down based off of it being Thanksgiving. I'm not sure yet. There is some of the automated search tools have reported diff fluctuations, so it's not just the people in the webmaster forums, but Mozcast does not show any fluctuations in the past day or so. But Outguru and I believe SERP Metrics does, but it's really interesting to see. I have a feeling it has nothing to do with ranking changes. It's more about people noticing the holiday traffic decline because people were off yesterday, not at work behind their computers. Google Places has added a new feature, a new section in the Google Places for Business called Reviews section, which basically allows them to manage all the reviews under their Google Place listings, as well as reply to them in a more organized fashion. Google is telling webmasters, this is interesting. I spotted a webmaster help forum thread this morning where somebody was complaining about they have a manual action, they're trying to get rid of their manual actions, and they're wondering, could they use disavow? Should they use domain name based disavows? And yes, you should. But John Mueller over at Google basically said, yeah, while you have to do that, and while it's a good step to remove your manual action first, it's a good starting point. You still have a lot to do to earn the trust or to regain the trust of the algorithms. So it's specifically easy to see. It's specifically interesting to see John talk like that. And we have that post this morning on November 29th because we definitely see a lot of webmasters who say, "Hey, my manual action's gone, but why has my rankings not returned?" And a lot has to do with the algorithm still not trusting the site and not trusting those links. Google's Matt Cutts released a video talking about why Google used to only crawl about 100 links per page, and it had to do with the 100 kilobytes, one link per kilobyte type of rule they had. But that's no longer the case. Google said as long as your links are not spammy and it doesn't seem like it's a spammy page, then you should be fine going forward. There are more concerns about Google reps from Google poaching clients from AdWords agencies. So I have a small boutique, let's say, dealing with, let's say, I don't know, some type of company like Yahoo to manage their ads on Google, just to make something up. And I hear from Yahoo, my client, that Google went directly to them saying, hey, you could actually save a lot of money, put more of your ad spend towards buying ads as opposed to agency fees. And whatever. So that's supposedly what's happening. Some people are complaining. Some AdWords agencies are complaining that this is happening. And this is not the first time we heard of Google AdWords actually poaching clients from advertisers from agencies, but it's definitely not going to be the last time we heard about it. Google launched a new AdSense ad unit for mobile devices, specifically called Mobile Anchor Ads. And basically, these ads are 320 by 50 blocks that anchor at the bottom of the page. And as you scroll, you'll still see it, but a user can actually swipe away and remove those ads from the listings. I've seen it on one site. Advertisers are testing out to see how it impacts the earnings. This is interesting. Matt Cutts at Hacker News went ahead and responded to why HeavensGate.com is still alive after 16 years. Basically, that was the group back in 1997 that the cult, I guess a religious cult, that committed mass suicide on March 26, 1997 regarding UFO stuff. I'm not exactly sure what it was. That being said, Matt Cutts said, and the page still has hidden text at the bottom of the page, so I showed an example of how the hidden text is still there. But it's interesting to see that Google keeps that site live. Obviously, it's a very important site to see when somebody's searching for it, but it's been specifically spamming Google for 16 plus years, and there's no reason for it. So the question is, why is Google still ranking it? I guess because for a navigational query, it's important. Apple has updated their App Store search engine to handle spelling errors like misspellings and fat figure typing. Example was if you search for Rusty Space Brick in the App Store, usually it wouldn't return the apps from my company, but now it does. And the same thing happens when you search for the popular game Quiz Up, which is usually spelled one word, but if you spell it Quiz Space Up, it now returns the Quiz Up game. So Apple's revised their search algorithm to actually handle that. Bing Webmaster Tools added a social feature where you actually can connect using Bing connected pages within Bing Webmaster Tools. And that not just allows you to do connections of your social profiles to Bing, but it also lets you see the search data related to those profiles. So you're able to actually see from Bing search results how many impressions you got to those social profiles, as well as how many clicks you got to those social profiles from the Bing search results. And it's Hanukkah, so now if you go ahead and do a search in Google for Hanukkah-related searches like Hanukkah, dreidel, menorah, searches like that, you'll see a new top blue design with dreidels across the top of the page. So that's nice to see. It is Hanukkah right now. So happy Hanukkah to all those who are celebrating. And finally, it was Thanksgiving yesterday, and there was a bunch of different logos from the different search engines. Google had a video logo, which was pretty cool. Yahoo had an animated Yahoo logo. Bing had a nice background. Ask.com had a nice background. And Dogpile had a nice animated theme as well. And we at the Search and Roundtable had a Thanksgiving holiday theme because it was Thanksgiving and Hanukkah at the same time. And also, there was a little Mr. Jingles eating a pumpkin pie, which is nice to see. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search and Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving, and a great Hanukkah, and we'll see you guys next. Bye.